Marvellous Maserati car in VR. Hello there everybody and welcome back to OpenFed Gaming. You are racing with the OpenFed. We're driving an A6 GCS/53 Spider 54, or in simpler terms, a 1954 Maserati Spider. We're driving at the World Touring Car 700 race, and we're driving the Red Bull Ring. We started with a rolling start, and we got 10 laps. Now, the laps aren't that long, but they're a little bit longer than short. They're not like really short. It's partially cloudy. We're one of 20 vehicles, and because we know for a fact that we can't do 10 laps on one tank, we're going to have to put in a pit stop. Now, we got no display on, so we don't know when we're going to run out of fuel, but that's okay. We can count the laps, and after 4 we can stop, and then we can see exactly how much fuel we have left, and we can see if a tank will do the leftover 6. So that's the plan that we're going to follow. Now, when you come out of the pit stop, it's always difficult because you don't know what position you're in, because cars keep on racing. Like, everybody's got a different way of doing things. Some of them stop after 6 or 7 laps, some after 5, some after 1 or 2. It just all depends. So the best you can do is just put your foot to the floor on the straight stretches. Be careful on the corners, because this little car, being fairly light and still not as powerful as the new cars, but still lots of power to spin out, as you'll notice throughout the 10 laps. There's a few moments that I start to lose it a little bit, and you just hold off and you back off a little bit, get it back under control. So you got to be careful, stay on your toes. Ooh, we kind of bounced over the corner there. Anyhow, we just keep ripping along and throttle up and down on the straight stretches and the corners, and just glide along the track until we got 4 done, so we can get some fuel, and then we can check out and see exactly where we're at and what's happening. I think the tire wear is going to probably be okay, you know, but there again, another thing we can check on once we get into the pits. We can check to see if we should change them too. Now, I do believe that this is coming up the end of the 2nd lap only, I believe. I'm not quite sure. Anyhow, the car is just a little tiny little 2-seater, as you can tell. But boy, I tell you, when you finally get that throttling down pat, it's just so cool to get him to speed up in the straight stretches and slow down in the corners and just glide through those corners without spinning out. It's very, very satisfying. Awesome, awesome car to drive. So here we are, coming up to the finish of what I believe is the 2nd lap home. So we got 8 laps to go. The weather is starting to turn ugly on us. It's a little cloudy. We're supposed to have a little bit of sunshine. It's always nicer to race in the sunshine. However, we have to account for the weather change, and I hope it doesn't start raining, because if it does, I'd have to put my wet tires on when I go in for the pit stop, and I do not believe that I have any wet tires available for this car. So let's keep our fingers crossed, and let's hope it doesn't rain. I'm going to look over the valley. The graphics in this game is just awesome. Just awesome. I don't know if you've noticed it, but somewhere in the middle of the racetrack is a big statue of a Red Bull. Oh, there it is right there to the left. It's a big Red Bull that's stuck up there for the Red Bull Ring. So here we're coming around the corner, and we must be getting close to the end of this lap, which, like I said, I believe is the 3rd lap, so no pit stop yet. Here we got what's a Mitsubishi and a Viper in front of us. I believe so. A little blue Viper. These guys, they really go. They do not hold up and wait for you, boy, I'll tell you. And if they want to go into the pit stop, they turn their signal light on and they go. And if you're beside them, too bad, they run into you. So you do have to be careful where you are on the track and who's beside you and who wants to go off to the pit stop and who doesn't. See, I believe this is the third lap we're done. Here's a Lamborghini. Wow, they got some nice cars in this race. However, none as nice as the Maserati we're driving. That's definitely one of my favorites. It's up there with the Jaguar. So here we are, coming along. Wow, this is just, it never ceases to amaze me how great the graphics are and how great the gameplay is. Whoa! Oh, look at this guy. That was a little Toyota. He cheated coming around the corner there. Almost cut me off. Well, that's not going to stand for that for very long. We'll just have to pass him back and put him behind us. Put him in the rearview mirror, as they like to say. All right, here we coming around the corner, and there's that big Red Bull again. I'm waiting to see if this is the end of the fourth lap, which I believe it is. And the pit stop entrance is on the right-hand side as you come around the corner to the straight stretch where the lap ends. It's just down at the bottom of this hill. That's why I'm sticking a little bit to the right here. See, right now, and it's coming up just around the corner. Right over here. Okay, so we know we've got 4 laps under our belt. Oh, slow her down a little. Catch your position. Here we go. Okay. Now the tires are barely worn, so we're not going to change them. We're in 8th place, well now 10th, and it's going to drop down quick because cars keep going, right? These other guys, but that's okay because we're going to have a full tank when I finally get in there, and they will not. Here we come. Okay. These guys are right on the ball and they fill you up real quick. See, and we've even got a little extra, so we know we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. So this is the start then of our 5th lap. That'll put us halfway through the race after we finish this lap. But now, like I said, we don't know what position we're in anymore because when we come around, or we don't even have to come around, cars could be going in and out of the pit stop right now as we speak. So once we come around the front of the pit stop and say there's 4 cars in the pit stop and we finish our lane, we jump up 4 positions, obviously. And we were already in 8th place when we went in. So somewhere along the line, we're going to get back to 8th place, and all those people that passed us went into the pit stop a few. So, not to worry, we're going to keep on ripping until we finish the race. And as we're coming along here, you just got to try and pass a few more. I think isn't that a red Ferrari up there? Wow, these cars sure look good in VR, I'll tell you that. This is going to be probably the closest I'll ever come to driving a real Maserati. You know, driving them in VR. Look at that. Oh, see how he tried to push him over because he wanted to get into the pit stop. Unbelievable. So you got to watch out for that. If you don't want to go into that pit stop, don't be on the right-hand side of the track. Okay, we got about half the race done. And I'm going to let you go and get yourself a favorite beverage. Sit back, relax. We've got the Ferrari behind us. And enjoy the race. And if you like the race as much as I did, then give us a thumbs up. Now, I really enjoyed this race because I love driving these old classic cars. And we got a bunch more good ones coming up. That I know. So if you don't want to miss out on any of them, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out. And in the meantime, you have yourself a great day, enjoy the rest of the race, and keep racing with the Opafett.